Airlines are doing all sorts of things to get more seats filled. All across the world, airlines are trying new ways to get more passengers. Last week, Emirates dropped first class from some of their flights between London and Dubai in a bid to get more people traveling. In the U.S., things are a bit different. Over time, the average width of U.S. airline seating has gradually shrunk, despite the weight of the average American going up. Airlines have also decreased pitch, the legroom and space between seating rows, in a bid to accommodate more passengers on flights. Some seating manufacturers have also reduced the thickness of seats. The airline interiors industry is said to be worth $17 billion and is expected to grow in the coming decade. How do you feel while traveling? Let us know in the comments below. All aboard!
Boeing says commercial hypersonic jets could be a reality. The CEO of Boeing said at the Paris Air Show that commercial hypersonic jets will become a reality in the next decade or two, which will drastically cut down on current air travel times. Hypersonic generally refers to speeds of Mach 5 and above, which is faster than supersonic and more than 5 times faster than transonic speeds. A hypersonic jet can travel from New York to Shanghai in just 2 hours, whereas a conventional commercial flight usually takes around 15 hours. However, objects traveling at hypersonic speed have to withstand surface temperatures of up to 1,000 degrees Celsius, enough to melt aluminum and titanium. The two elements are common materials used in current aircraft construction. Sonic booms created by flights traveling at hypersonic speeds would also generate a noise on the ground that can permanently damage human ears. Despite the failure of the Concorde and skepticism over ultra-fast airliners, some companies have made continuous efforts to try to turn supersonic travel into a reality. Boom Technology is developing a 55-seat supersonic jet that it hopes will be in service by next decade. Lockheed Martin is also developing the quiet supersonic technology X-Plane that it hopes will eliminate the problem of sonic booms. Jetpack company comes out with electric VTOL concept. After giving the world its first working jetpack, David Mayman and company are bringing to life yet another science fiction dream: flying cars. Jetpack Aviation is designing a new single-seat electric multicopter equipped with 6 arms, 12 propellers, and landing balls instead of skids. Each arm on the VTOL aircraft comes with 2 propellers, one mounted on top and another underneath. They spin in opposite directions. The flying car will only be able to travel up to 90 miles per hour and operate up to 20 minutes before it needs to be recharged. 2 of the middle arms will be designed to fold in so that the vehicle will be low and thin enough to fit inside a garage. Jetpack Aviation is currently developing a safety system for the project, with the team estimating that they will begin building the device in about 6 months. Russia develops low-flying cargo plane. A cargo plane designed to fly just above the ground and capable of carrying huge loads is under development in Russia. The new ground effect vehicle would be able to carry up to 500 tons of cargo in a single trip, running on fuel-efficient liquefied natural gas. The low-flying aircraft would fly over the ground, water, or ice at heights of 3 to 12 meters above the surface. The ground effect vehicle has short, wide wings that trap air between the aircraft and the ground. This creates downdrafts that produce less drag and greater lift force than other fixed-wing aircraft, allowing the plane to carry bigger loads with less fuel. Russia has a tradition of developing low-flying ground effect vehicles, also known as Chronoplan. The Soviet Union built several of these giant low-flying aircraft in the 1970s and 80s. Perhaps the best-known example was this 544-ton experimental vehicle. Nicknamed the Caspian Sea Monster by Western intelligence, it was the largest aircraft in the world when it was built in 1966. YouTube's ad policies are killing creators, but you can help. Be a hero at patreon.com/TomoNews. If this takes off, launch pads could be a thing of the past. This is the largest plane in the world, but it has yet to take flight, and it's not a passenger plane. So what exactly does it do? The Strada launch plane is comprised of 2 twin fuselages, massive wings, and is carried by 6 Boeing 747 engines. With its 117-meter wingspan, the aircraft is wider than a football field. It's designed to carry space-bound rockets, with a payload of up to 275 tons. The Strada launch commences takeoff with a rocket attached to its belly. With no payload, the plane weighs around 250 tons. With fuel and a fully loaded rocket, the plane can fly with a maximum takeoff weight of 650 tons. For scale, that's around the same weight as a commercial Airbus A380, carrying 550 passengers. The Strada launch is manned by a 3-person crew in the right fuselage, including a pilot, co-pilot, and a flight engineer. The left fuselage cockpit is designed to remain empty and is unpressurized. The rocket is released after the plane reaches 35,000 feet. The rocket then fires its own engine and travels towards its orbit. The plane is designed for air rocket launches in low Earth orbit conditions to become a routine commute. The Strada launch is currently undergoing fuel tests and is expected to make its first launch in 2019.